property.
Today's segment brought to you by Century 21, dedicated to delivering the joy of home for over 50 years.
Well, the Reserve Bank of Australia's decision to cut interest rates marks a turning point in the property market, but what does it actually mean for homeowners, buyers and sellers?
Joining us to look at the implications is Charles Tarbey, founder of Chairman of Century 21. Good morning to you, Charles.
Good morning.
So let's start with first home buyers. How does this impact them?
Yeah, look, you would think it's going to impact them in a very positive way, but the reality is that they're going to have a better capacity to borrow. There's no doubt about that. But the issue is it brings more people into the market, more buyers into the market, because they now have that extra capacity, which creates more competition. So although it should be good for the first home buyers, it's probably going to be a bit of a battle for them. They're going to have to do a lot more work. And I think that's the reality of it. And I know that they want to help first home buyers, but there is a way, and the way is more property.
Yeah, okay, what about homeowners?
Homeowners, great. They're going to do really well out of this, because if you look at the clearance rates that have just occurred on the weekend, they were 76.6% for preliminary versus last year at 74.2%. So it's still increasing. There's a lot more people turning up at open for inspections now because they thought that with the drop in rates, they could buy. So homeowners, they're going to get the benefit of more buyers out in the marketplace who will probably pay more for their property.
More properties out there as well. There isn't very much on the market at the moment.
Not as much as you want. Now that the capacity is increasing, it's going to soak any of that extra property up.
All right, what about renters? How do they feel?
Yeah, well, you know, most of them are stuck with a lease. That's a big issue for them. There are some good landlords out there, a lot of great landlords, because we only ever hear about some of the ones that are not so good. My advice to tenants, because they won't get a change now if they're already in a lease, is to look at renegotiating. But I know this sounds strange, but be a good tenant, because there are some really good landlords out there, and if you could find those good landlords, they will look after good tenants.
Always good to talk to you, Charles, and happy 60th for the weekend.
Oh, I think it was a bit more than that. Hey.
Not a day over 60 in our eyes, Charles. Thank you. Well, still to come, the trade war deepens as Donald Trump sets his sights on car